And if you're not worried about it, if you're not afraid, if you're not fearful, something's wrong. You need to be. But keep in mind that this is basically learning the process. So first time it will be challenged, but as we keep doing more and more deals, it'll.
So let's get started. So today we have an amazing group of investors. I'm going to start with something about yourself, where you live, where you invest, the total ARV of your portfolio, including stuff that's under renovation, and and your day job. How about we also cover day job?
So basically, I'm an electrical engineer by degree from Bombay. I started in 1980, long time. Moved to Austin in 2000 and started my real estate journey in 2016 with my first burr. Right now, I'm a full-time real estate investor, developer, syndicator. I was just doing my real estate schedule. So I have like 23 line items on the real estate schedule. Out of which, like I have two grounds up development we are doing here in Austin. We're developing like 35-acre commercial projects, raised 10 million in syndication for that. I have four commercial properties, which are kind of passive investments, eight residential, uh, five after joining the program, and
Wow.
uh, nine passive investments.
And so what's your portfolio size of?
Po- Portfolio size, so for the real estate, the residential portfolio right now is like 2.5 million, including two short-term rentals, and overall, including the commercial, is like 7.2 million.
Amazing.
And currently, I'm investing in north of Austin, like Killeen, Coppersco area. And I have like five deals going on there. And then the next one, I'm now looking into Philly. That is, I'll share with like after talking to Niti at Burcon. That is what he advised, and that's what I'm doing.
Oh, nice. Love that. Oh my goodness. Also, I didn't know you are an electrical engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer.
Yeah, I think till 2014. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, I was in the operations side, and then 2014 onwards, I went to the construction. I went with my cousin as a project manager slash business director. He was building hotels, new hotels,
Okay.
and that's what I learned. Yeah.
Awesome. So for those of you who are not from the engineering background, I'll tell you like electrical and mechanical engineers are always, it's for fun. It's not real, but always giving each other a hard time. And one of my friends who's also mechanical, he would always joke and be like, "Oh yeah, they must put their fingers in those sockets. That's why they're all a little crazy." And then the electrical guys would always be like, "You must be smelling all the paint fumes on the factory floor. That's why you're also so." It's all the fun we have as engineers. So when you said electrical, it just brought back all those memories. Um, what's your mission? Why real estate? What do you?
Why else? Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, right now, I mean, we have multiple stream of income already, but with the partners. So my wife, she has always wanted, like, well, we need to have something which is on our own. And then, I mean, that can support our retirement, right? The cash flow for the retirement. So that's the goal. Like, I want to have at least like 20 doors over the next 3 years, create a portfolio of $5 to $6 million. That's what I'm thinking. And after 3 years, I want to kind of retire. I'm already 67. So when I hit 70, I plan to retire after that. And I realize, I mean, this is the wealth goal, yes, but on really speaking, what we are also doing on the side is providing safe, affordable, and clean housing for people, right? I mean, the way we are turning the distressed property, of the way I have seen like those rehabs, I
Yeah.
mean, it is a sea change. And basically, we are providing that. And in fact, the second property which we rented recently, it is a Section 8. And my property manager said when the tenant saw the property and she signed the lease, she started crying. She said, "Okay, I could afford to live in this kind of a property." So,
Yeah.
and I said that is a blessing which we are taking from the community. That is so great to me. So, yeah,
Yes.
so grateful for this opportunity.
That is amazing. And I truly, I agree with that. I think, as small business owners, we don't think we have any power in this world. But as real estate investor, we have such a big opportunity to make an impact. And so I always tell people like this is a business. So we have to make money. Like it has to be profitable. Otherwise we'll have to shut it down, right? Like, so it's a business. So we do have to make profit. But if we are able to make profit and do good at the same time, I mean, if that's not our purpose, what is? If that can all be one thing, then that's a spiritual practice. Like we can do so much good in this world. So I love that you said that. And yeah, especially if you're doing low income housing, and our strategy, we renovate all properties. Like that's the strategy. And so if you're doing low income housing, that feedback that you were talking about, how, because Section 8 landlords can be quite predatory, like they'll only fix what the housing authority wants them to fix, and how they know how to play the system. So being a Section 8 landlord that provides beautiful homes, that's amazing. I love that. Yeah, so good.
But like I like to specifically mention 5 mindset shifts after joining the program. And I jotted down so I don't forget. And believe it or not, my wife is not here, but she will say I am just a very stubborn person. But I'm seeing this change in myself. I'm so amazed. The first one was I mean my mindset was I had done one burr. The first burr, I didn't leave any money in the deal. It was kind of a pure burr. So my mindset was that is the only way to do burr. Like you don't leave any money in the deal, otherwise you don't do a deal. That's what I started with when I started the program. And then when I listened to the module and then understood, like, okay, if you're taking a turnkey property, even then you're spending money, right? And then you're spending so much to get the property. As against that, you're putting so much to do a burr, which was so nice. I mean, that's why I could kind of do so many deals, because that mindset kind of shifted.
Mm.
The second one was I didn't want to borrow the money. And particularly, even if it is a good debt or a bad debt, but I don't. So the first deal I did, I kind of put my own money into it. And then I realized, okay, how many deals I can do? If I want to build the portfolio, if my goal is to build so much, I cannot do it. And then again, in your module, kind of you go through it so nicely. Like, okay, if you want to do this, you need to do this. And this is kind of part of doing business, right? If you're doing business, you have to borrow money and then you have to pay that interest. And that's part of the game. And that is the second shift. The third one is thanks to Danny. I'm an electrical engineer, so I used to do all the math in my mind, Okay, this is a good deal. It is working. All good. So one of the check-in sessions, I was talking to her about one deal, and she just mentioned, okay, so did you put it in the spreadsheet? I kind of said, no. I have the spreadsheet. I have looked at the spreadsheet. I know how to use it, but I didn't put it there. And then one of the deals which I had done, I put it in a spreadsheet and I realized it's not such a good deal. I was thinking. So it was so eye-opening. So, just to follow the system, then you can just you learn so much from following the system. And that was so good. It was an eye-opener. After that, I've created my own Excel. Now what I'm doing is same formula, all the same formulas, but like I can just keep on putting the properties and the details, and it kind of keeps on popping out what is the deal. So that was so huge.
Yeah. I love that.
And
Awesome,
then
awesome.
the next
Yeah.
one was like I did not want to invest in East Coast. I don't know why, but I had that mindset. Okay, I just want to invest on the West Coast. I don't want to do East Coast. So I had done all the market study for Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, Alabama, even Midwest, Ohio. And then what happened is like during Burcon, I was talking to Niti. I said, hey, I have like 5 deals in Texas. I don't want to do so many more in Texas. Where do you suggest? This is what I'm doing. Jacksonville, this is this. So what do you suggest? And he said, come to Philly. And then I said, if you and me, where would you invest? He said, Philly. And he explained me nicely what is the difference in different things, like in Jacksonville, Alabama, there's a cash flow play, the supply and demand, and that's why Philly is good. So that was a huge thing. My mindset changed, and I said, yeah, I decided at that time I'm going to Philly. Oh no, before that, sorry, one more thing. So when he said Philly, that was the fifth thing. So my mindset was Philly is already overpopulated. There are a lot of investors there. So if there are so many people, it is hard to do deals there. And I told Niti, hey, Philly, I don't mind. If you're suggesting I want to do that, but there are already so many people, a lot of competition, then how does it work? So he explained it so nicely. He said, yeah, there's a lot of competition because it's a good area. That means you have good support, right? That means you have one assigned team there. You don't have one assigned anywhere else, right? They are there because there's a lot of support there.
There's enough
And
business. Yeah.
in a business, a lot of resources, and if you're doing good elsewhere, why can't you do good here? So that was it. And then I decided, yes, I'm going to Philly. So I already started getting connected. But these were if I look at it myself, you're saying 2.0, like 6 months back in June, before I joined the program. And now it is a sea change. And thanks to you, Palak and Niti, both of you.
That's amazing. And how you already had so much experience when you
True.
came. So did at Borcon, I remember you sharing the portfolio was 6 million when you
Right.
started, and then you added 1.2 million in 6 months.
That's correct. Yes.
So, with coming into this world in the program with so much experience and staying humble, that's tough. And that's why you've succeeded so fast, right? Because most people who think about how much experience they already have, they become very close-minded about new ideas and new concepts. And you're not that way. So, what advice do you have for someone who already has a lot of experience and then they are coming in and starting this?
Yeah. So if you keep an open mind, the whole program, the way it is laid out, it is totally non-pushing. You're sharing your experience, right? It feels like you're sharing your experience, whatever you have done. I mean, in the beginning, you'll feel like, okay, will it work or not? How can I scale? How can I do this, right? But you have already done it, and you are saying it can be done. There's so many other people who have done it, so kind of that helps quite a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, kudos to you for like staying so open-minded and leveling up. I love that. That's so great. And then, like a true engineer, he wrote down 5 points.
And
You
I
have the
also
five.
have
That's how I think. So it's
And I
funny.
have three more I need to work on. I still have the mindset block.
Oh, can we get into it?
Oh, you
After
want to share?
yeah, let's
So,
yeah, go for it. Yeah.
so the third one is, again, all three based on the program. So you've been talking about scaling, right? The scaling, you need to develop systems and delegate. Right now, I used to think that I am so good in systems and all that, but looking at what you are saying, I need to learn so much more. So I need to work on that systems and delegate. I'm a
Mm.
solo worker. Like, I mean, all the accounting and all that. I mean, I know you don't like it. I'm doing all the bookkeeping for all my businesses myself. So like it is like totally right now almost 15 entities. I'm doing it myself, but I need to kind of learn how to delegate. Then only you
Definitely.
can kind of grow, right? So that mindset I have to change. Number one. Second is, I remember one of the programs you have been talking about bundling and blocking the time, and that makes it very effective. I have remembered I have not been good at that. I have been kind of I look at the properties whenever I get time, but if you bundle it and block the time, it'll be very efficient. So that is something I I need to work on. And third thing, I think I have seen the planning module, like what is the 5 year plan, what is the 1 year plan, 1 month, 1 week, right? Because I mean, if you keep that focus, then only you are taking you make sure that you are taking action to meet your plan. So you did that so nicely. But again, I used to think I'm very good at that. I'm not. So I need to change my mindset.
Yeah, and so something that I think a lot of, if you're really good at systems and processes, it's very hard to delegate. And I ran into that too in the beginning because my instinct is to automate things or to to systematize and put a process around it. And so and Nidhi's brain works a little bit differently than mine. So when he became full-time in the business, he was looking at how much time I was spending on property management. We have our own team. We had, I think, 40 units by then, and I had property management in house, and it was all systems and processes, and there was a team that was helping me, and we were talking about freeing up my time so I could build something new, something different, something bigger. And he was like, where are you spending your time? And we started talking about it. I'm like, but I said, but look, all of this is systematized and automated, and it's like set up so well. And he asked me a really interesting question, and he's like, well, do you need to do it though? And I had never considered eliminate as one of the items that I would bucket these things under. And I was like, yeah, but it's property management. Like, it's when we outsource it, not only are we going to pay the property manager, like the profitability goes down. We all know that, right? Because they're going to run it very differently than you're going to run it. And he's like, yeah, but isn't your time better suited doing something else with that time? And could you build another business and maybe make even more money? Wouldn't it be better? And I had never considered eliminate and fully delegate something. And thinking back, people with 35, 40 units run that property management company full time. That's a full time business that they're running. And I hadn't even considered that, even with a team, even. And so he gave me a very interesting shift. And my tactical brain really loves to think that, well, I'll just automate it. Yes, but you're still doing it. You're still managing that automation. You're still managing that system. And granted, it only takes 1% or 10% of the time it would take you, but you're still doing it. So that was really interesting. And, it's like giving up your baby because it's like a whole business that was built. That's why property management too, right? Like, oh my God, they're not going to dress it the way I dress it, and they're not going to treat it the way I treat it. But you know what? Best decision ever made. So, yes, I love that. That's one of the things you're working on. And it's nice to have an open mind and think differently when you meet other people who have a different perspective. So, I love that. Yes. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem. Actually, I just wanted to share one more thing. My father, he passed away 3 years back. He was 95. If he was alive, he would have blessed you so much because he always likes
God.
me to think. Change the mindset. And this in 6 months, the mindsets I have changed. I normally share with him everything what I was. So he would have loved and he would have blessed you so much.
Oh my goodness. I accept the blessings. That is amazing. You're gonna make me cry. Why do we always cry during sunset panels? Oh my God. That is amazing. Thank you so much. What a gift. Where do we even go from here? That is amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Awesome. What's a piece of advice someone like who doesn't even know anything about us can execute?
I jotted down 4 points. Being electrical engineer, that's the
Yes,
problem.
I totally get it. My brain is totally with you on that. I'm
First one, if somebody's not decided or somebody is just joining, somebody's not decided, I would say don't miss this opportunity. Number one advice. This is the golden opportunity to build wealth, and there are not many opportunities available that doesn't require a ton of money or ton of time. Right? This one doesn't require a ton of money, doesn't require a ton of time. But if you follow the system for a period of time, you can kind of create the wealth, right? So basically just follow the system, but take right actions. Because I have seen a couple of people, like if they're looking at the properties, they are looking at 5 different areas, and then they're saying we are not getting anything. So kind of take the right actions, get help from community, right? Second thing is like the Sunday calls, and I attended just 2 Sunday calls, but that has been such a tremendous help with those 2 calls, and you will get there. So that is number one. Number two is I have seen like this journey is not easy by any chance. Right, it's not easy. There are going to be challenges, number one, and you are going to go out of your comfort zone totally. For somebody who has not done any real estate, everything is a challenge, right? I was just listing down, finding out even which area to invest. Once you decide, then finding out a realtor, finding out a GC, a property manager, learning about the area, what is good, what is not good, putting your first deal under contract, getting finance, rehabbing, getting it under rented. All these are daunting tasks for anybody who has not done it. Yes, it is. And if you're not worried about it, if you're not afraid, if you're not fearful, something is wrong. You need to be. But keep in mind that this is basically learning the process. So first time it will be challenge level 100. But as we keep doing more and more deals, it'll kind of taper off. It'll become easier and easier. And again, Palak and Niti, they are right in front of our eyes, right? They have gone through this process exactly the same way. So, and once the challenges taper off, it'll be an exciting journey. So that's second advice.
Oh yeah.
And third advice is I always believe in like keep the vision, 5 year vision in mind. Right now, you feel like it is challenging. Yes, it is challenging. Keep 5 years, whatever is your goal. Like you want to get 5 properties, 10 properties, 50 properties in your portfolio in 5 years. Think of like once you have those 50 properties in the portfolio, what will be your life? So the challenge is only to get from point A to point B. After that, you will be on cruise control. So kind of always have that vision. That's what I do. And the last one is I joined the program at the age of 66, and in 6 months I have learned so much, and I've been so happy about it. So most of the people they have so many years in that. There are people that joining at 25, 30, 40, 50. You have so much time, so you have time on your side. So definitely utilize that. That's what I would say. Sky is the limit. If you do it right, take the action, trust the system, sky is the limit.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yes. Yeah, for those of you who are much younger, you have so much time. That is so true. Like even if I know a lot of people when they're like 30, 35, people start considering themselves as old. Like you have so much time. We'd give anything
Yeah.
to have that much time. So love that. Thank you for all of that.
I was just wanting to wanted to thank Elaine. After I mean, we saw each other at work on and we talked to each other. But once I decided to go again for investing in Philly, and I knew that she has invested in Philly, so I wanted to kind of talk to her. And two things. I mean, she spent like 90 minutes with me sharing her journey, and so open-hearted. I mean, everything open. Like she shared all the contact information. Go to this people, this person, and all the numbers for the Philly deals and all the contact information of Philly. That was so huge. And opened up two things. I mean, one, it was useful to me, and I'm really thankful, Elaine, for doing that. And second thing, which may open my mind is kind of sometime. I mean, I realized after listening to her or talking to her, sometimes I am not that much open sharing the information. You have that mindset, that it's non-abundance mindset. I don't want to share information. I want to keep it to myself. She was exactly opposite of that. And that also taught me that is the power of this community. Like nobody is hiding information. You want everybody to succeed. And by sharing information, more you share, more you succeed. And I'm really thankful for that, Elaine. And taking clue from her, we just started. I think Danny doesn't know. She'll be happy. We just started our Austin group. Like we are like four or five of us. So we have started and we met once already last Thursday.
Oh, post a picture
Yeah.
next time you leave. Post a picture in the group. We always love to see that.
Sure. So based on, taking clue, she's the one doing for Texas.
Yes.
And she helped quite a lot. And yeah, it feels so good to be part of the community. And I'm also changing my mindset to follow what she is doing. So
I
thank
love
you.
that. Yeah. What a ripple effect, right? Like we don't know how else to be sometimes. Like it's not that we're trying to be selfish. We just don't know the other perspective or the other way. And just having that conversation now you're shifting how you're thinking about it. It was worth it. Thank you guys. Appreciate all of you. See you next week for more fun and excitement. When you're ready to get serious, you can join us at theinvestoraccelerator.com.
It's like getting 1,000 episodes worth of information in 5 days, and it's everything you need to build your actionable plan to financial freedom and making work optional.